So first we want to talk about what was early generation network access control focused on. And if you think back to early generation network access control, there were very basic requirements. Typically you had 802.1x SNMP inline appliances that would log who, what, when, and where connected to your network. Next gen network access control then evolved into adding additional components. So the very basic connectivity requirements of controlling access, logging information really had to expand as the market evolved and as network access and network security requirements evolved. So ultimately, you had to have additional things like virtualization added. There was the BYOD phenomenon that came along. So to secure your network from people bringing BYOD devices in, whatever solution you chose really had to support control for those types of devices. Also, endpoint security came to the forefront. So agents were developed to provide endpoint security visibility. And as well, security automation came into play. So integration with external systems such as SIM, IDS, IPS had to evolve into NAC products. Additionally, you had IoT, OT, which came to the forefront. Those had to be contended with. And last but not least, cloud. So cloud deployments and containerized solutions were offered. However, if you think back historically, those were in the context of just providing a cloud UI or a cloud management component to your NAC solution. The NAC solutions themselves typically always focused on an on-prem network and a corporate network. So the network boundary was wherever your physical network boundaries were in your organization, and your network access control and control to all of your critical components, which historically resided on-prem, were all integrated with your on-prem network, and those types of control mechanisms were leveraged to control access to your resources. So if we look forward, what we need to take into account is now there is much more that we need to take into consideration, especially with the adoption of cloud taking place. Now you have to be aware of what's going on in the cloud and be able to enforce policies. So all of your next generation NAC components still have to be there because you have on-prem networks. Most organizations have not 100% migrated to the cloud. There's at least some component left on-prem that needs to be contended with. So all those features that the current generation, which of course were next generation products, still need to be there as your corporate network still needs to be secured. However, above and beyond that, the evolution is to focus on zero trust. And in addition to focusing on zero trust, now we have cloud that we have to take into consideration. Because of the new cloud requirements, you have to have enhanced endpoints. And then the information on the left-hand side is outside the scope of this particular webinar, but those are additional network analysis and network response features that have been added to the ZT-NAC product of Genience. However, we're going to focus on cloud visibility and control and those components, as well as our client component in this webinar.